Right, on the Miami engine today, cleaned out our first liner ready to go in, assembly lube ready, should be together soon. There's one in. So just put number 2 in, and after every one I just give it a bit of a wiggle. Feels nice in there. Just make sure they haven't nipped up. No movement, obviously that, but no movement. Standard size. Yeah, should be going together soon. And all 4 liners are in. You can see by the rock. All my big ends are nice. Liners are in position with the water seals on the bottom. My crank pulley is in time position. I can see that by these 2 holes. I can't see the time, which is up here, but I know that it's so you can get the 10mm on the timing cover. So if that's in that position, that's half TDC. I know we're in time for putting the head on. Well, good fun. Let's get the head on now. So head's on now. Top and down. On the first one at 22 pound foot. Second one 43. There's the second set of torques done. It's the next set that'll actually destroy the block if we go too tight, or if the block can't cope with it. It has been known for the threads to fail on the final lockdown, so I might not film that one because there might be lots of swearing. And there she is, all torqued up. You can even see, now that I've got the timer belt going on, on the other head we've had to replace the head because it had actually cracked this in half, and you can see there's the engine mount thread. If it would actually focus, M10B1, there's another. If it would focus, M10B1, and there we have M10B1.25. So that's why that bolt smashed this in half, because it was the wrong threaded bolt wound in. Joy, yeah, I don't like the look of this either. Let's see if I've got a better one. You can see by that corrosion in there. You can't obviously feel it, but I can. I don't like it, so I'm replacing it. All back together now. Got some shiny bits going on as well. Here we have GTI 101. You can see these belts have timing marks, so you can never get it wrong. You can see me dimple on my camshaft. Obviously I'm locked out. I know my crank's locked out, but if you look just there, you'll see a second timing mark, and then it's got a brilliant device. Obviously the tensioner, people say it's an absolute pig, but if you know what you're doing, it's mint, because it's got this on the back, and if you turn it like that, almost automatically tensions it for you. So these are slack. You get the cam off camber, springs into action and tensions it up for you. Brilliant, these things. Right, belts on. I've got some water pipes to go on. As you can see, a small modification there. I think it's trying to stop a leak. I don't think tank tape would stop a leak. Bottom end's done, all tight. I've just tightened up my big ends. Still got Caramac, but I'm sure a couple of oil changes should sort that. So now it's time for sump and oil pump. Nice. This is the remnants of what was in the sump. See if we can clean it out. Now it's time for the old gasket. What an absolute pig it is to get off, as always, but it's got to be done. That's better. Seals off. Just going to clean it out now and stick it on. Seals off. All the dust is out. Oil pump's on. Torqued up. Everything else is torqued up. I'm just going to whack the sump on. A little bit of Caramac here and there, but a few oil changes will sort that, I'm sure. And as always, I replace all the gaskets like for like. Make sure that oil stays in the engine. I hate oil leaks. Some more nuggets of GTI knowledge here. Obviously sump goes on. This is a 1.6, so it doesn't have the spacer plate. The 4 hex, which everyone gets wrong, in the wrong place, go in this position here from factory. And there's actually 2 short bolts as well. All the rest of them are long with a nib, and there's 2 short ones. 2 short ones go directly underneath the rear main oil seal, and if you put the long ones in with the nib punches the rear main and causes a massive oil leak, which is nice. So always put the short ones in the 2 middle of the flywheel. You'll thank me one day. So Miami 1.6 engine is predominantly built. Belts are on, heads tight, pistons and liners are in, sump's cleaned and on. So just the manifolds to go on, put it together. Got a few service bits in the morning, but I'm sure I'll get back on it tomorrow afternoon. See if we can get some noise out of it.